Hello, this video is to explain and to introduce the concept of virtual Vita using a platform called the Get Your Refund. The objective of a virtual Vita concept is to communicate with the client without the face-to-face interaction at a traditional brick and mortar Vita location. I will be emailing this link to the team for you to review at your leisure, but I will highlight some of the main points um, as far as the introduction. So beginning um, at the top here, this is the intro, and for many of you, for all of you, you will be a small new user. So, as a small volunteer, you have several links here on the left column. Getting started, the intro to get your refund, the client process, the and the hub overview. In the middle here is our the guides and position descriptions, if you will, for what the volunteer who would be handling intake or return preparation or quality review, how their role will interact within the Get Your Refund some module. And then here you've got some miscellaneous information. The way this training was developed, it is really an all-encompassing. So some of the terms I'll explain to you. Over here about being a vital volunteer, that's pretty self-explanatory. Partner organization lead. What that means is that in other states you might have different organizations um, that might be interested in being a part of Get Your Refund, but they're not part of a coalition. On the right here is a coalition lead. So part of that structure was to create a state coalition lead. At this point, MCTC is the state coalition lead. So, for example, then, if another organization like TAP or NABA, if they were interested in becoming a partner, I would be responsible for developing that organization. Um, and what would happen is that their clients could, in fact, use the Get Your Refund application to upload their documents. So, I opened up a couple of these just to give you an idea what's here. So on this page is the intro to the Get Your Refund, and it talks, and this is really more background. Um, Code for America here is the nonprofit organization out of Northern California that is the developer of the Get Your Refund application. Um, and this provides some additional some background information about some Get Your Refund. Some concepts here. End-to-end some Vita, the Get Your Refund. That would be the totally virtual some Vita concept where an individual would go online, complete their intake process by completing screens. So think of the intake sheet, each of the squares on page one of the intake sheet as a screen that the client would be filling out. In addition, there will be opportunities for the client to upload their documents, either using camera, their smartphone, or if they were uploading some PDF files. We could even use drop off. We can use the Get Your Refund application for the drop-off program. They call it Valet Vita, but think of it in terms of how we are preparing returns currently at the Spanish Lake Community Association. At that program, clients are coming in, they complete the intake sheet, we interview them, and we make copies of the documents, or we scan the documents and we upload them to TaxSlayer's Scan Documents folder. In this case, we would be uploading the documents to Get Your Refund to their servers that are in California. There's a third option called the Do It Yourself, but that's a program that I don't plan to promote within MCTC. This tab here talks about the client process. And here this compares in-person provider to Get Your Refund. So I would suggest you just kind of go through that and see how it compares. The third web page here is called the Hub Overview. So this is what the screens will look like for the site manager, for the preparer, for the Vita volunteers, depending on what their role is. For example, or think of it in terms of once the clients have uploaded their documents and that file is out there, with that file will have to be assigned to someone to conduct the interview, someone to prepare the return, someone to review the return, someone to contact the client and go over the return with them. Some of the features within this preparation process is that there will be a signature process where the client can electronically sign the 8879. They would also have the ability to agree to the consents, such as the global carry forward consent, the 7216 consent, as well as the virtual Vita consent. So it's an all-encompassing program. Looking at it another way, think in terms of the tax return preparation process at a Vita site, divided into three components. The first part would be the intake, the interview process, the review of the documents to make sure that all the documents are there for us to prepare the return. Then there's the tax return preparation process. So we will be using TaxSlayer to prepare the return. And then the third part would be the client interaction as far as the review of the return with the client, the signatures for the 8879, etc. So what this Get Your Refund does is it replaces the first part and the third part of the tax return preparation process. So with that, this concludes this presentation, and you will be receiving these links in an email. Thank you.